I'm not kidding now, for 25 years. And you know when I started coming here? Somebody was going to have a bar mitzvah. I'm not naming names, but I'm looking right at him. And I decided I wanted to fit into my clothes. So I started with the gym, but I've been coming to the Y ever since. It's not only the gym which I go to regularly. Over the years, I guess my favorite thing was watching my kids perform on stage here. And they had, the programs that they have here are just so incredible. So I just want to say thank you, Y, and thank you to everybody who makes that happen. But one of the other favorite things are watching kids perform. You know, the Menorah kids, this is the third time in a week that I've seen them sing, because we saw them at the Riverdale Senior Center, then we saw them at Menorah, and then today. And it's just so great. We have such a great community. You know, when I think of what's going on, I mean, let's be honest, the October 7th was in so many ways like 9/11 was for the United States, except maybe 40 or 50 times worse in terms of the number of people who were murdered. And so many people in the world look the other way. I try not to be bitter or angry. You know, I don't have relatives in Israel. But yet, I've never been so angry in my life over what's been going on. But what makes Hanukkah so special is that it represents, not only represents, you know, light driving out darkness, but it represents good defeating evil. And right now, in this world, that's what the battle is. Whether it's Israel versus Hamas, or any one of a number of other places where horrible things are happening. And I've never felt this way before. I've never felt in this, living in this country all my life, living in the Bronx all my life. I don't think most of us who are below a certain age have ever experienced what's going on today. I know I haven't. The hatred of Jewish people by so many people on the political extremes, on the right, my right, your left, and on the left, on the college campuses, it's so disgusting. You know, I was reading something the other day. You have these kids who were mindlessly chanting, you know, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. And they did a survey. So, what river is that? And what sea is that? And nobody can answer the question because they don't know anything other than they're following. But it's up to the rest of us to make sure that people understand what's going on, to educate people, because not everybody's hopeless, and also to know who our friends are. I mean, and we've seen in recent weeks, you know, Vanessa Gibson, friend of the Jewish community. Darcel Clark, friend of the Jewish community. Governor Kathy Hochul, friend. Mayor Eric Adams, friend. And so many others whose names I probably should mention but haven't mentioned. Congressman Richie Torres. We've seen people come together in support of the Jewish community, just like many of us have supported other communities when it was necessary to stand up and speak out. So to me, that is very heartwarming, and that gives me hope. And Hanukkah is a positive celebration. It's a positive event. So I try to look on the bright side. I may not be as always positive as some people, because I sometimes I can't contain how upset it is to see what's going on and to see the whole world turn against the people who are attacked. I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine if people in this country a week after 9/11 said, "Oh, we need a ceasefire right now. You know, we're going to turn the other cheek." That's not how I think, and I don't think how a lot of other people think. But I know that this year Hanukkah to me is more meaningful than it ever has been before. We have a strong community, a strong Jewish community, but a strong overall community, and I'm just grateful to everybody who stands up, speaks out, shows up. We went to Washington on, I don't remember the date anymore, but when we had the largest gathering in support of the state of Israel in the history of this country just a few weeks ago. 300,000 people showed up, and they weren't just Jewish people. It was an amazing thing. And we just have to always be strong, because when you're weak, people will roll right over you, whether that's in local politics or in the world as a whole. And so I'm just so pleased that we have friends who have spoken out. And this probably will be the most memorable Hanukkah, because I think we're all coming together, and I want to appreciate it. So thank you all. Thank you, Riverdale Live. This is just such a great institution, and I intend to come here for at least another 25 years. I work real hard.